I know carbohydrates have been demonized. Some people who want to lose body fat or lose weight, they usually completely remove carbohydrates from their diet. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Claire's Fitness Zone, and today we are going to talk about eating for body change. I know so many ladies have talked about, they complain, they've been working out, they try and eat, but they're not seeing any changes. But I realized there's something they're not just doing right. So I decided, let's talk about eating for body change. I know it can be very frustrating when you're training, you're putting in the hard work and you're not seeing any result. So for you to see results, you have to eat intentionally. And when you're talking about eating intentionally, it means you're targeting changes and everything that you do is very intentional. The first thing is, do you know your macros? It is very important for you to know your macros. And today I will not go about how you count your macros, because I understand at times it is very technical and it can be very frustrating. But a general idea of getting to know your macros: one, you should know there are three types of macronutrients in your food, that is carbohydrates, protein, and fat. And with that knowledge, you get to know each of these macronutrients have their function. So when we talk about carbohydrates, they're energy giving foods. They give you energy, they help you go harder in the gym, and they're very important. I know carbohydrates have been demonized. Some people who want to lose body fat or lose weight, they usually completely remove carbohydrates from their diet. But I don't advocate for that. Each food macro has its place. The other one is protein. Protein are the building blocks for your body. They help you build muscle, and they also help you to be satisfied. And the last one is fats. And for fats, they help regulate your hormones. So when you get to know all these three types and you get to incorporate all of them in your diet, it means you will be able to see great results. Now, after knowing what food you're supposed to eat, because now when you talk about carbohydrates, you also need to know what are carbohydrates. We have things like rice, oats, beans, and other types of pulses. And for carbohydrates, we have starchy carbs and non-starchy carbs. Vegetables also are classified as carbohydrates, but they are non-starchy carbohydrates. For protein, we have animal protein. We have things like chicken, we have fish, we have eggs, we have milk, we have milk products. They fall under protein. We also have non-animal protein like like beans. Yeah, mostly beans and pulses and legumes. You will find them to fall under protein. But when you're doing that, you really need to be very sure, because they have a higher percentage of carbohydrate, but it doesn't mean they do not have. The other one is for fats. Fats, we have things like egg yolk, we have olive oil, we have coconut oil, we have all types of nuts. So after knowing that, what else are you supposed to do after you've known your macros? The next thing is eating frequently. Yes, I've said it. I've seen ladies who come and say, I don't eat, but I am not losing weight. It's because you're not eating. The way our bodies are made, they're supposed to be fueled by food. If you eat constantly small frequent meals, your body gets to know that it will get energy from food. So it usually uses the food for energy in anticipation of more food or more energy. But when you don't eat, your body tends to store whatever it has in form of fat, because it doesn't know when it will eat again. So have the tendency of eating frequent meals, spread it out through the day. Now, when we are talking about meal frequency, I usually advise at least eat 4 to 5 meals in a day, and in all these meals have a protein. Spread your meals maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, and it should always have a protein. When you wake up for protein synthesis, eat a protein, maybe and a carbohydrate. That one you will be sure that you're eating for your body goals. Now, the other thing, when you're spreading your meals, if you have your meal 1, you spread your meals around also your workout, so that you will have a pre-workout meal and also a post-workout meal. It is very, very important, and you should be knowing what is it that I am supposed to eat as my pre-workout meal and what is it that I am supposed to eat as my post-workout meal. Doing that will guarantee body changes, and you will be eating for this particular goal. Now, on meal, how do you measure your meal? I have said today I don't want to talk about calculating macros, but I will show you a very simple way that you can use to ensure that you're eating for your body changes. And always remember, you're spreading your meals 4 to 5 times a day, and you're having a protein in each of the meals that you eat. Now, for your meal, say for carbs, how do you measure it? You use your cupped hand. When you cup your hand, that is how your carbohydrate should be. And if you look at it, mostly it is usually like 100 grams or 1 serving spoon. Say if you're taking rice, it is 1 cupped hand size. For your protein, it is a palm size. This is the palm size. So your protein should be able to measure something like this, 1 palm size. For fat, it is 1 thumb size. And for fats, I've talked about nuts, I've talked about olive oil and all that. So you just measure it using your thumb size. And for your vegetable, it is a clenched fist. I usually tell people for vegetable, you can add more. Like in your plate, you can choose to have a lot of vegetable. You can have a palm size of your protein. Why am I saying you have a lot of vegetables? Vegetables are they have low calories. So even if you eat a lot of vegetables, and since they're calorie dense foods, they will make you full with little calorie, meaning you will not have overeaten. And so ladies, when you decide to use these principles, you make sure you have a protein in each of the meal that you're eating. You time your meals, you spread them throughout the day, and at least ensure that all the macronutrients are represented. I guarantee you, you will be able to see results because you will be eating for body change. Let me know your views. Thank you so much.